Bonjour! So finally, this is the video for the Trident upflow filter giveaway. Before we do that, let's just have a quick look at some of the things we've been up to this weekend. Just tarting up the pond, getting it ready for winter, fixing things, fry updates, etc. I'll catch you back here in a minute for your chance to win over 300 quid's worth of goods. See you in a bit. So just giving the old window a clean. All the fishies going down towards the bottom now. Bit sad, isn't it? Look, see some of the fry from this year. About 6 inches long now. But I was just cleaning the window. I've only done the inside at the moment. I'll do the outside in a bit. I just realised, so a bit of a celebration. So this was my special purchase for like 15 quid on eBay. Has two heads. Has the window cleaning head with a squeegee and a stiff brush. Connects to the O's if you wanted to, but it's fantastic for cleaning around the pond, both on the bottom. The window, I give the bottom drain a scrub every now and then. I like it clean. But yeah, it's about 15 quid. So yeah, if you haven't got one, hit eBay up. I ain't got shares in it or anything, but it's been a very, very, very trusty broom, squeegee, sucky, blowy thing. Just in case you don't remember me buying this, this is just a quick clip, so enjoy. I just thought I would show the versatility of my new pool broom. So obviously just doing the window. I've got the squeegee on now, and obviously when it comes to doing the window we can just give it a quick chamois off. And then, everyone's happy, aren't they? Huh? And it's not just the outside, it's the bloody inside. Yellow broom, get yours today. I can clean here. I can clean here. I can clean here. I can clean here. I can even clean in here. A little bit of self-promotion there, you know what I mean? That's Ted. It's worth a subscription just for the barking alone. This week's fry update, so just getting them out, checking the health. So we've got the newer Adam buyer in here, which is quite nice. We've got the Karashi guys, the Kahakus, the Akamatsuba down there. We've got some of the golden chags. We've got some nice Deutz achievers. Some lovely Deutz achievers down here. Look. Yeah, got the Kiats. Where's it gone? Where you go? There you go, Kiatsuri there. Looking rather splendid. And then we've got obviously some of the larger ones are the ones. So the larger ones, ironically, are the smaller ones of the first grouping. And then we got what looks like it's going to be a shower, I think, underneath there. So more of the Kahakus, another Achiba. Yeah, looking lovely. Oh, kamikaze fish. Oh. So we've got one poorly one we've been keeping an eye on. I wanted to give them all a look. Got a bit of koi pox coming through on one of them and his eye, strangely. So if you can see him, it's not the koi pox on his eye, obviously. Health-wise, he's very good. He's swimming around all right. He just seems to have a bit of a dud eye. So I'm going to go and have a Google and a read of a book in a minute, see what I can find out what that is. But other than that, we're all healthy. And yes. Oh, how could I forget? Beanie. So Beanie is coming out. So Beanie's probably, what, 25, knocking on 30 centimetres now. So Beanie is going to come out and go in. But these Asagi, the shape and the scales on them are fantabulous. There's a couple more there, look. Just down there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Some of them, we've got a couple of darker Asagi. Some of them, the red's quite high on the side at this early stage, but we'll have to see what happens with them. Right, let's get their tank cleaned out. It's a right kamikaze one, this one. Get the tank cleaned out and get them back in so they're happy. I'm actually going to move some of them indoors, probably the smaller of them. So like these ones, these are particularly tiny. I don't want them struggling for food, so they're going to come indoors with us, and hopefully they'll be very happy. Plus we can see them. Just having a boochers at some of the fry. If I can get it to focus. Right, focus. Just having a look at some of the Adam Buyer fry. So some of the smaller ones we've kept indoors with our little goldfishy things. Not wanting to focus very well, but there we go. It'll move too quickly. Some Haku's in there. If I can get that to focus. They don't seem very happy. Only thing with this is obviously we need to make sure, although we've got a decent sized filter on it, and it gets plenty of water changes throughout the week, we just need to stay on top. But it's nice to have them indoors when it's cold outside. So that is actually one of our original fry that's never grown, but we don't do culling.
What? Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, Ed Sheeran, yeah, we don't do culling. There's actually two in here, so this one and Ed Sheeran. Never grown. Little Deutsche Achiever there. I don't want to focus. Yeah. All very happy. Right. So, winter readiness this year doesn't include covering the pond. I've actually taken the nets off for a bit. I just wanted to see what it would look like. I spoke a little while back about just having jump casts, but we've dropped the water a tiny little bit. But I've noticed we got a leak on the roof. So obviously I had the solid roof, those of you who remember. I cut several windows into it and got it wrong. So what I've just been doing, I don't know if you'll be able to see, it doesn't look pretty. So just a bit of fiberglass paint round, so it's the paint with the little strands in it, and just around the top. So quite a full up pond at the moment. All of the ones that will be for sale next year are in here at the moment. Beano's doing all right. Yeah, happy, happy, happy. Right, update's over. So as I say, the main reason for this is to win one of these, either for a Nexus 220 or a 320, to celebrate 1,000 members of the Facebook group and over 1,500 members now, or subscribers of the YouTube channel. So as I say, a lot of people say it, but without the viewers and the subscribers, it wouldn't be possible. And the more that we get, the more that we can give away. So, so as I say, on this occasion, we've been very, very lucky. So the creator of the Trident has offered to help us. And as part of our giveaway, we're actually going to give away one of the Trident filters for either a 220 or a 320. So those of you who can't remember or have no idea what a Trident upflow filter is, I'm just going to chuck in a few clips here, just a brief explanation. Some of you would have seen this on a previous video, so might want to skip a bit. But if not, enjoy these clips. Hopefully they're informative, and we'll catch you back here in 2 minutes. Finds here, finds here, in here, in here, and even in here. There we go. Hopefully you can see them finds. What I'll do in a minute is I'm going to drop the camera into the water, accidentally on purpose, and you can have a look at some of them finds close up. So just in this corner, if I spin round, is my 2 returns from the Nexus. So I'm going to drop you in there and let's have a look at what them finds are looking like, shall we? What's this piece of paper? Let's have a look at this. Trident fitting instructions. Right, that's the instructions sorted. So, on the left hand side, so this is Nexus 320, don't forget, so on the left hand side we've got the original easy section, and I think it's about 26, 27 litres of K1 forms the media. And obviously on the right, it doesn't look dissimilar to one of them kettles you have at the boot sales and at the fates. It's not, I can assure you. General observations are that it is built really well. So I did give a bit of a rundown of it earlier. In here, obviously, you'll note that at the top of the Easy, you've got these 3 sections which allow water to travel down the centre pipe into the outer chamber. On this, and remember, this isn't a replacement for an Easy. You know, no one's saying that the Easy doesn't work, because it does. But those of us that own a Nexus know that fines are a specific issue. So this is, you know, if we refer to this as betterment, so what we see is the lengths of the grooves are elongated, slightly longer. They are slightly wider, and there's more space in between them, so they feel certainly a lot more. There's a lot more stability there in terms of the old. What we can see is this is actually higher up and there's less of them, so the water has got to work a lot harder to get from outside to inside and then drop through the centre. And in the bottom, the biggest thing you'll notice is there is a change in the grooves that are cut out for allowing the water up. So this in effect almost becomes an upflow filter as opposed to the water travelling in from the side. The other big thing to notice is this has feet for stability. This doesn't. The reason for that, I'm assured, is with the feet, obviously when it comes into the Nexus, the first thing you want is that vortex motion, just like that. Not like that, like that. Like that. At the moment, you've got those feet underneath, which are fantastic in terms of stability, but what they're not doing is assisting with that vortex motion. So these are actually harbouring. Certainly I can see on mine now, with the shape of them, they're acting as crud catchers. So what this version does is it does sit on the centre of the Nexus, but there's nothing there to harbour that vortex flow. The biggest thing though is obviously you notice that the Trident, it has no grates around it. It is one solid piece. So previously the water would come into the Nexus, it would do the vortex, yes, not like this, depends on what side of the planet you're on, blah 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 blah. But what that water, you know, previously was able to do, the water can't vortex properly because it's got all this rough space to catch on. So with the original Easy, obviously we know the water comes in from the bottom drain. The proposed route was that it would vortex around the outside. So what I was just showing you there, the 3 legs that sat out were actually harbouring that that vortex motion. But the idea was the original Easy, it would vortex round. A lot of the heavy, larger waste would be pulled out, allowing the smaller stuff to then travel through the sides, through the K1 micro before it eventually hits the centre pipe and goes into the bio side. Problem with that is when the water is doing its vortex, it's got the grating all the way around the original Easy, which means a lot of that dirt and muck that is in that water trying to vortex is actually getting caught on the cage. Anyone that's got a Nexus knows straight away, as soon as you look at it, give it a couple of days, you'll have your large poop, big bits of algae, anything large that was in the pond that can get out. Most of it will be stuck to the sides as opposed to in the bottom. You will have your bottom muck, obviously, the heavier stuff, but a lot of it is getting caught to that grate. The other thing with that grate in the vortex motion, what it's doing is the water on the outside is vortexing, but the water in the middle is getting caught up. What that water's then doing is going through the K1 micro and straight down the centre chamber. So it's not having that time to A vortex, and it's not got that dwell time travelling up through the K1 micro. All it's doing, as water does, is finding its quickest route, its shortest route from inlet to outlet. So what the intention of the Trident is rather than allowing the water to take that shortest route, the water has to vortex all the way down, and then its only route of exit is up through the easy section, or the Trident section should I say. So not only is it travelling the height of the K1, if you see what I'm saying, so we've probably got that 100mm of K1 around the centre pipe. Now, before it would travel that 100mm, now it's got that full 350mm to travel up. And remember, the outlet on the new Trident is higher, so it's having to come up and push over rather than taking its quickest route. But what we'll do is going to get this K1 micro out, get this chucked on, we'll obviously connect the air, and we'll see how we're going. What I was saying earlier, so airing for the original easy, another thing that's different, comes in on the inside, whereas on the new one, underneath, if I just show you, so the airing actually sits within a protective lip, so all that air is pushed up through the centre rather than obviously on the old one out through the sides and is lost. So you're actually getting a much deeper clean. The air that you're using is being pushed right up through the centre. So there she is, all in place. What's quite nice is my lid fits. As you can see, now the water has the ability to go all the way round. In goes the water. Quite nice actually, it's going to give it a really good purge because the outer chamber is empty. Look at that, so it takes ages now. See, before when you're filling up a nexus, it starts going through the centre chamber straight away if you haven't got the piping. You should have the piping, but now, in the early stages, I just want to test what it's like. So Neil, the guy who engineers this, who made it, the inventor, if you like, has told me that, you know, it's going to take a few days for the pond to clear, which I completely understand. But what I want to do is just straight off the bat, so I know there's a lot of fines in that pond at the moment. You've seen the video a bit earlier on. It's full of them, so what I want to do is just drop the glass in. I'm going to do this live. It's my wonderful assistant. You alright, Ev? Evan was in a golf competition today, come 4th out of 10, didn't you, boy? Nailed it. Right, I'm going to do this about dropping our Tupperware or our glass. Just pop that in there and straight out. Right, let's straight over it. So this is all live. Okay. So that is, yeah, there's bits in there. I will say there is bits in there, but in comparison to what's going in, and it's clean media at the moment where I've given it a real thorough clean. So that is a test after 5 minutes of what's coming out of the Nexus. Now, if well, you saw the video, that's night and day. So there's no algae in there whatsoever. And Evan, where'd you get this glass? Was it on the side or in the cupboard?
Cupboard.
Oh, it was in the cupboard. Mind you, I'm not known for my good washing up. Half that shit could have been in there already. You can see my bio side has dropped. You can still see, look at that crack coming in. Crack coming in. Bit of ink going out. So it's a good thing. So you can see this is starting to push up. Hopefully you can see that. I do love, I said it before, I do love the bubble, the boil you get with this, because where the air is, it's so much stronger. There it goes. Look at it all. So on the old Nexus Easy, you'd expecting that to come out of the sides now, but it doesn't. It comes out the bottom and drops straight down. Look at all that green. Look at all of that green. Right, I'll give this a clean, I'll be back with you. Right, so the owner don't know I'm doing this. So I wanted to give it a thorough testing for you guys at home. So I've actually taken the Trident out, which in old money is the easy filter. Now, I boiled this once and I wanted to test it, so in there it's clean and it was full of muck. You saw it's full of muck, but what I wanted to do is tip the media out and see actually, because I wasn't convinced that it was enough to clean all the crap out the bottom. Bear in mind, the only place that the dirt can come in now is from the bottom, raising up and then into the outflow, which, as you can see, like I said before, is down to a single slot based higher up, so it's got to travel through more of the media to get out. But yeah, I wasn't convinced, so what I've done is I've tipped this media out and I need to eat some humble pie. So this was absolutely chocker to the point where it was dropping the bio side, so excuse the wind. The media is actually, and I've got some real green in my pot at the moment, but the media for one boil is actually clean. You can see that is there's a few bits in there, but nothing that I would consider detrimental. Not when you look at you know how much builds up on it, and a bit like a Tempest, you can see that working because it's clear. But yeah, if I show my hand, I don't know if there's much on there. There's a couple of little bits, isn't there? If I zoom in, proper. So there's a couple of little bits. Other than that, it's spiffing. But yeah, as I say, in there is clean. Let's have a look underneath. Can't really see because I'm fat, but you guys can hopefully see. Yeah. Wowzers! Right. Now I've proved myself wrong, I'll put it back together. So, as I said, even though the UV's been off, still frying there, look. Everyone's on the bottom. I've been fussing around, so they're all a bit spooked out. But yeah, still crystal clear. Right, so hopefully those that didn't have an understanding of the Trident upflow do now. I've used one. I was using one up till recently when I had to switch. I will be going back to my Trident. But obviously the creator, talking with him, it's a fantastic bit of kit. There's a lot of people who have reviewed it now and have actually been able to see it working. So it is a bit of proven technology, if you like. But obviously we understand that not everybody can afford one. So what they only wanted to do is actually, he appreciates some of the feedback he's been getting. So as part of the channel giveaway, he's actually donated either a 220 model or a 320 model. So yeah, fantastic. So one of you will be winning that. Absolutely free, no postage or packaging. If you're local, I'll drop it around myself, actually. That would be nice. It'd be nice to help you install it. If you're not local, then obviously it'll be couriered to you. So to be in with a chance to win, all you got to do is drop a comment down below. If we say, just comment Trident, there you go, just write Trident. And that's all we ask of you. So as I say, thank you for supporting the channel. It is very, 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 very much appreciated. As I say, we don't get to do these giveaways, and we've had a few recently without those all-important subscribers. So hopefully plenty more to come. We're coming to the end of the season, but there'll be plenty more on for next year, and hopefully leading up to Christmas we'll do a few more giveaways. But yeah, so comment down below, Trident, and good luck to you all. I'll give it a couple of weeks, and then we'll do the automated draw. Ciao for now.